Mistra Sport and Outdoors takes the environmental challenges as the point of departure to find more sustainable solutions in the sport and outdoor sectors in Sweden. We will focus on 4 different thematic areas. We will study transports, we will study the use and impact on land and water, we will study materials and equipment, and large and events in the sport and outdoors. The program started in April 2020, and that was just before the COVID-19 broke out. In our program, we focus very much of our work on a co-creation process that we will do in dialogue with the national key organizations in sport and outdoor recreation and in the environmental field. And I think this process provides an excellent opportunity for us to study the green recovery of COVID-19 and the way back after this pandemic. And we will first set up a team of researchers and stakeholders to identify the key challenges that we can see. And following that, we will start 6 learning teams that will study the 6 most important challenges that we identified. And with such a setup, I think we are in a good position to, in the future, find out more innovative solutions that can also contribute to a greener recovery after the COVID-19. Well, it's interesting because our program was planned and designed before COVID-19, and then the COVID-19 came just at a time when we started. So what we have done is that in dialogue with our program board, we have decided to allocate some of the board's funds for some activities to better understand the impact from the COVID-19 on sport and outdoor recreation. And we will do this in 2 ways. The first we will do is to set up a workshop together with stakeholders from sport, outdoor recreation, and environmental organizations, and to discuss what they can see and what the opportunities there could be out there from a more practical perspective. And the other activity is that the board has decided to allocate extra funds to 3 new sub-projects in the program that will study the more immediate effects on participation in sport and outdoor recreation. We will look at the use of green areas around in Sweden, which obviously has increased. And we will also study the impacts on events from the COVID-19. Well, given that almost half the Swedish population is a member of either a sport or an outdoor recreation organization, we think key players in our program will be the sport and outdoor organizations. However, at the end of the day, if you're really going to make a change, of course, you also need to reach out to everyone out there, because a lot of sport and outdoor recreation is also taking place outside these organized activities. So, and therefore, we will also study what kind of policy tools are there and how will people respond and behave in a way that could take it to a more environmental friendly practices, given the different tools that we will study. Well, one of the long-term goals of our program is to create a movement for more sustainable sport and outdoor recreation in Sweden. And if we are successful to do this, I think it can really make a difference compared to the current situation. Well, for the future and 2030, I could envision more efficient transport systems. I think we will have a smarter use of our green spaces and our water systems. I think we will use more recycled materials, and circular economies will be more important, looking at the equipment use. And I also think we will have much more smarter design of events in sport and outdoor recreation. And taken together, I think the digital solutions will play a key role to achieve all this.